If you have food in the refrigerator, clothes on your back, a roof over your head, and a place to sleep, you are richer than 75% of this world. And if you have money in the bank, in your wallet, and some spare change, you are among the top 8% of the world's wealthy. If you woke up this morning with more health than illness, you are more blessed than the 1 million people who are not going to survive this week. And if you've never experienced the danger of battle, the loneliness of imprisonment, the agony of torture, or the pangs of starvation, you're ahead of 500 people in the world. Hi everyone, it's great to see you again. And if you are new to the channel, my name is Bill Benoist, and I'm all about embracing retirement with purpose, passion, and new beginnings. I think it's important that we count our blessings every now and then, because there's a lot of shit that's going on in the world right now. You've got the war in Ukraine, the war in Gaza, inflation, what's going on with the politics, and now the latest thing, which caught my eye as a retired career coach, the job report for August. They're saying that only 22,000 net jobs were added to the labor force. I know as a former career coach, for an individual that is currently unemployed and looking for a job, that can be really stressful. Maybe this is you, or maybe you know a loved one. And I wanted to share a little bit of advice because I do think that I have some wisdom in this area. Number one, we take a look at the actual job report. Although only 22,000 jobs were added, that's a net figure. So for example, it was actually 46,000 that was added in private education and health services. There was another 28,000 that was in leisure and hospitality. Other services were 12,000. Unfortunately, those were offset by the professional and business services, 17,000, which I know that many of my clients at that time, I worked with professionals in mid to late career, and these were the individuals that would have been affected by that. Another 16,000 in government. That's not surprising with Doge that's finally catching up. Manufacturing, 12,000 jobs out there. That seems to go up and down. But what is it that you can do? And that's where, as a career coach, I come in and share some wisdom with you. Again, I know that this channel is all about retirement, and many of you are retired and you're not working, but for those of you who have recently been laid off and are not ready to retire, let me share some words I know would help my clients as well. Number one, make sure that your resume is it's up to date. If you're over the age of 50, it's not aging you, and you're using keywords that are going to be found by the applicant tracking systems, the ATSs out there. LinkedIn. Make sure that your LinkedIn is working for you 24/7. This is the tool that the majority of recruiters will use. They don't go and look at Indeed or Monster or whatever. They're using LinkedIn. That the majority are using LinkedIn. And you want your LinkedIn profile to be working for you 24/7. And how you do that, I'll get to it in just a moment. Make sure that you are up to speed on potential interview questions are going to be asked of you. Do you know how many times I would do a mock interview with a client and I would start off with saying, "So Joe, tell me a little bit about yourself." And that right there could stop them dead in their tracks. And then finally, you need to make sure that you are relentless with your networking. As a former career coach, I did a lot of videos on these topics, over 250 videos, I think, that were actually on these topics, and they're still on this YouTube channel. And you just go to my channel and you can look at the playlist there, and you'll see the playlist for the resumes, for LinkedIn, all of this stuff. So you need to make sure that you have those 4 elements covered. And when you do, then what is it that's next? You need to remember to cite your gratitude. You need to remember to cite your gratitude. I just said that twice because it's so important. You don't want to go into an interview with the belief that you're not going to be hired. You need to go into that interview with a feeling of positivity. And if you're not really counting your blessings, that's difficult to do. So one of the things that I would strongly advise is that at the end of the day or before you go to bed at night, write down 3 things that you are grateful for. Make sure that you're going to bed with these positive thoughts. You've already done everything that you can do with the resume, with LinkedIn, with making sure that you have the interview questions nailed, that you on top of the networking. But the one thing that you still need to do is be grateful for what you have. I know it's difficult out there. Thanks for stopping by. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Hit that bell notification. I do upload new videos every week, and I'd hate for you to miss one. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll talk to you later. Take care.